Welcome back to the Stephen Knight Show. Adam, what's going on in DC?
DC is good today. We had weather in the mid 60s, so I got to go outside for a run, first time all
Mhm.
year.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, but it's gonna rain tomorrow, so you know,
right.
win some, lose some.
Right. I'll let y'all take away movie reviews.
Sure thing. So I saw a film that came out actually back in November, but it was one that was on my radar and I kind of just forgot about it, called Dream Scenario. And this is a film starring, I know Chike's not favorite, Nicolas Cage, as a college professor who's kind of, he's in his midlife. Not much is going on with his life. He has a wife and kids. He's like trying to write a book, but he's never started. And what starts happening is that people are having dreams where he appears in it. And it's not just people he knows, but strangers. And it's a big phenomenon that's happening across the world where up to a huge percentage of people start seeing him in his dreams. And he's not doing anything in the dreams, but he's just appearing in these dreams. So he kind of becomes this big like celebrity. That's popping up in all these dreams and everyone wants to meet him and he's like kind of embracing this moment even though he says he's kind of more of a shy person. He's really like enjoying this and he's this opportunity to kind of leverage a book deal and things like that. So as he becomes more famous, certain things happen throughout the storyline, and then he starts killing people in his dreams and murdering them and doing awful acts to them. So he comes becomes this like loved character to people, who don't want to take his class anymore in school. They ask him to leave restaurants because he's doing these awful things. Now, mind you, he can't control these. He doesn't even know why this phenomenon's happening. It's just something that started happening and he's kind of embraced it. And now that bad things are happening, he gets frustrated and he's kind of that character where he doesn't understand why he needs to change his life just because people are dreaming about him doing things. So it kind of follows that story along, and without any spoilers of what happens to someone who kind of falls into and the kind of becoming really famous really quickly, and then things go wrong. Um, I will say it's an A24 film production, which means there's going to be a little weirdness, there's going to be a little quirkiness, and we definitely get that in this movie. It has kind of some weird elements to it, but overall, it was a fine movie. I did enjoy it. Nicolas Cage does a great job in this. He's really kind of believable as this professor. The film does kind of fall apart a little bit in the end, where there's just no, I guess, good way to resolve it, or a way to resolve it that seemed like a way a good movie should end. So I think there were a little bit struggles in that third act, but overall it's a fun one. Again, if you like A24, if you like these kind of quirky, weird things, there are some funny moments. Or if you're a Nick Cage fan, check it out. Um,
So
and
I
then,
actually saw the trailer for that, and
mhm.
and I thought it was a good premise, but I just can't get past his face. It seems like it
Well,
would be a really great movie. I just can't.
yeah. The premise is good, and I think they could do something more with this down the line, perhaps. So yeah, Chike, you're not missing anything if you skip this one.
Okay. You see
And
anything else?
the only other thing I saw was Dune Part One. Again, I know we talked about it in the past, but Part Two premieres this weekend, and so I had to rewatch Part One to get caught up, and it's still good. I really
Yes.
enjoyed it. It's a long 2.5, over 2.5 hour movies, but it's one of those
Yeah.
movies where you don't feel it. I mean, you notice it, but there's just so much in the story that's going on that you don't feel hampered by what's going on. And if you get a chance, I know people say it's in the theater again. If you missed it in the theater the first time, I did not see it in the theater this time, but watch it. I mean, the scale of the movie, the sandworms, everything is just really comes to life in the big screen. So that's what I saw again, and I will be looking forward to part two coming up soon.
Okay. I saw a horror film called Thanksgiving. I don't know. It was just a pluck. It was. It was not planned. It was just something that I decided to do. I haven't seen a slasher movie in a while, and being as though this one was new, it was the most recent one, so I decided to check it out. It stars Patrick Dempsey. I would never put him in a horror movie, but okay. Rick Hoffman and Gina Gershon. Gina Gershon has been in horror before. She's done horror. But I was really surprised at the Patrick Dempsey, so that made me want to see it even more because he's was he Dr. McDreamy or something like
Yeah.
that? He was one of those. Yeah, I wouldn't picture him as a horror guy. But anyway, it wasn't that bad. Actually, it was a slasher movie that made me cringe because I haven't cringed in years from a slasher movie. They were actually doing things to people that made me draw back and like curl my fingers and toes up because it was a little bit gruesome. So they're on to something. If they could just nail down the storyline a little bit better, I think we have a new slasher, and it's what's his name? The Carver,
Oh,
John Carver.
John Carpenter.
No, not Carpenter. Carver.
I don't know
From
him.
he was a pilgrim.
Okay.
That's why we carved the turkey,
Ah, interesting.
and he's the killer. So it's pretty interesting. So if you're into that slasher movie type thing, you want your I guess it's the birth of a new slasher like Myers or Freddy. This is John Carver.
Just holiday
Check it out.
killers. Yeah.
Yeah, every holiday. Thanksgiving is one. And the other thing that I actually saw a while ago, I just never talked about it, was Griselda with Sofia Vergara. That was pretty good. And I want to give kudos to Sofia Vergara for tackling this role because I know she was working on wanting to prove herself that she could do more things other than be the ingenue or the nymph or whatever other
Hmm.
sexy thing they have her portray. She did a really great job, and to know that she is also executive producer, um, she has an investment in her career. I like to see that. So we'll probably see more complicated art coming from her. This was a hit, so definitely
Her
check it out.
family was disgusted. Her family was disgusted. They made her look ugly. They said the mom was pretty.
Yeah, have you Google Griselda
Right.
Blanco. She's gorgeous.
They did the mama justice. Not
Yeah,
talking
I'd
about
love to say I'd be happy for Sofia Vergara just to play me in
right.
a life movie. So, and she looks nothing like me, so I don't think they should be
They were
complaining.
disgusted. This mom was a beautiful woman. Um, anything else, Chike?
Oh, that's it. That's all I saw.
So I finally got a chance to watch Love is Blind, which that show, just the concept, I couldn't do it. I could not do it. But anyway, so you're in, the men are on one side, the women on the other side, and they go in these pods where you can't see each other, and they literally date each other through the pods. And then if the objective is for them to fall in love and propose, then they propose, they all go to an island somewhere where you get to see people that you may have turned down or etc. And so, and then they show up on wedding day, and you determine whether or not you want to marry this person because you spend more time with them, you've been to their home or whatever the case may be. So I'm only at the part where they start getting engaged, and some people I think they're gonna be disappointed when they see who they turned down.
Even compared to previous seasons.
Yes. Well,
Okay.
there was one girl last season. She said yes to Marshall was his name, and Marshall actually just got married to another woman. But she said yes to him, but he was nothing like her type, and
Mm.
couldn't get past it. And so she ended up going back with someone that she was dating in the pod. When she saw him, she was like, "Oh yeah, that's what I want." But then they broke up. But but yeah, I mean, could you do that? I know you're married, Adam, but could you date someone just based off of not knowing what they look like?
Probably not. You got to know the whole person.
Mhm.
Um, and I couldn't do reality shows anyway, unless it was like one of those like Amazing Races or kind of
I can see
fun
you on Big Brother though.
competitions.
I can see you on Big Brother.
Yeah, would I last long though? I mean, knowing me, I don't know.
I'd be annoyed too much. But
Exactly.
one guy he said this was hard for him because he was used to getting off over on his looks and his charm, and the fact that they couldn't see that, he was struggling. And he told the one girl he was connecting to that that you have to be in good shape, you have to be attractive. I have to be attracted to you. And so she almost turned him down. She was like, I'm not going to tell him what I look like. I'm not going to do that. Defeats the purpose. And he ended up apologizing to her, and they did end up getting engaged. But they have good chemistry, and they were attracted to each other when they saw each other. But you can always tell when a person when they meet for the first time and the person's not really their type. Because she said, "Would I go after him in a bar? Probably not, but I'm thinking with my heart this time." That was a hit.
Oh man, that's hilarious.
But yeah, but there was one story real quick. This one woman, she was describing herself to the gentleman that she was talking to in the pod, and he asked her, "Have you ever been told you like a celebrity?" And she said, "Actually, I have." She said, "I don't really get it, but I think maybe it's because of dark hair and my eyes. But I like Megan Fox." And he said, "You like Megan Fox?" And she's like, "I don't get it, but that's what they tell me." Of course, that clip went viral. They ate her up. She even made a TikTok. She said, "But everyone that's told me that, please speak up. I need you." But yeah,
Yeah, I think
I could.
I don't think I could do it, but I think I would. Me, I would probably join the show just to kind of have a fun time or have a little bit of a trolling mentality and just really, yeah, getting
Well, one
reactions.
guy he's joined the show and he's actually engaged already. He was already engaged to join the show.
Oh,
Yeah,
jeez.
yeah. Anyway, Chike, could you do it?
So back in the day, I'm slightly older than you guys. Back in the day, they used to have a chat line and you didn't see people. You just talked.
Mhm,
And that's all you had was getting to know somebody's personality.
mhm.
So it works up until the point where you actually meet and I'm not one that I have to be attracted. Like I have to. Like if I'm not, we can shake hands and be friends, but
My face would show it. When I wouldn't mean to, but my face would show
Oh
it.
yeah, yeah. You do wear a lot of your reaction on your face.
Exactly. Anything coming down the
So
pipeline?
before we leave, Steven, can I do a shout out before we leave?
Absolutely.
Hmm.
Yep.
So Saturday, I attended a powerlifting competition, and I just want to shout out Macho Diaz, aka Pop. It was a destiny fulfilled. I watched this guy come up from a little chubby kid, and he becomes this ginormous powerlifting athlete. And just congratulations, he met all his goals. He competed and won. Thank you, and
Congratulations.
good
Nice.
luck to you.
Absolutely. All right. Anything coming down the pipeline you all looking out for?
Uh, Dune Part Two. Still the one on my list. I will also say I know I mentioned One Love a few weeks ago. It's still number one at the box office. I do want to see it. If any
I did too.
listeners say it should be in the theater or if I can wait to watch it streaming, let me know. But it's still tearing it up. So
Yeah. His son was one of the executive producers on the movie, Damian Marley, and he
Okay.
actually did an interview, and he said watching it, he doesn't see an actor, he sees his dad,
wow.
in the scenes. Well, anyway, thanks, guys, as always. Let's know to spend our time and money on what not to, and we'll be right back after this.